light, refreshing and zingy with a hint of spice. This is perfect for a hot summer's day. This is my version of Vietnamese chicken salad. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wok Wednesdays. It's Share here at School of Wok, London's premier Asian cookery school. We are going to, for this recipe, poach up some chicken. So in here, half a chicken just bone in really. Obviously you can use any kind of cut. You could use chicken breast, you could use chicken thighs, chicken legs. I'm just gonna slowly let this chicken poach away for about 30 minutes. For half a chicken of this size, that's gonna take about 30 minutes or so. And when it comes to poaching, you just want to be medium heat. Let that kind of slowly bubble away. You should just see little bubbles kind of popping up to the surface there. Don't want too much of a high heat because you don't want the outside of that chicken to cook and overcook whilst the inside's kind of still undercooked, if you know what I mean. I've got another pot of oil just heating up right here because I'm gonna make some crispy shallots. So let's go. I'm just gonna cut up the shallots. I'm gonna slice them down into rings. You can do them however you like, but I just kind of like them in rings. Alrighty, so really easy way to tell when the oil is kind of nice and hot. So I'm just gonna get a little wooden chopstick in there and it should sort of fizzle away. That's usually a good indication. Your oil is about 170 degrees Celsius. So I'm just gonna very, very carefully sort of lower them in, very, very gently. Drop them in. I'm just going to let them fry off now, lowering the temperature just a notch, just so that they don't burn, obviously, but I do want them to continue to cook. They're going to take about sort of 5 to 10 minutes. It really just depends again on how much you're doing, you know, how big your pan is, how much oil you've got. Here I've got about an inch of oil in here. And all you're looking for is just kind of a visual clue. Just once they're lightly golden colored, take them out, have some kitchen paper ready. Don't want them too dark because after they've been taken out of the oil, they will continue to even darken. Okay, so whilst my shallot's cooling, I'm just gonna get the chicken out just very, very carefully. You do want to just kind of lift it out, maybe with a slotted spoon or something. Just gonna pop it into a nice clean bowl, and that just obviously needs to cool down. You could, if you wanted to, just run some cold water over it just to help it cool down very quickly. Otherwise, just kind of leaving it out, just kind of letting it just steam away nicely is absolutely fine because we then will need to just get on with the rest of the prep. Great, so whilst the chicken's cooling and the shallots are crisping up, I'm just going to prep up the rest of my ingredients. You can literally use any kind of vegetables you want. I've got some carrots, some cabbage, and also trusty mandolin, so let's get to work. And now I'm just going to julienne the carrots, making sure they're all kind of lined up properly, and then we can get some lovely little matchsticks from here. And similarly, we're just going to prep up the red onion. You could use obviously white onion if you wanted to, but I just find sometimes with the red onions just a little bit sweeter, less aggressive as well in terms of flavor. So I'm just gonna half that, and we are just going to slice lengthways with the lines of the onion. So I'm just going to go like so, nice and thin as possible really. So once that is done, I'm just going to soak them in a little bit of cold water. It really does help because you just want to take out the really kind of aggressive flavors from the onions. I've got some lovely fresh cilantro, coriander, just with the stem on, leaves and all. I'm just going to give them a really quick rough chop. You don't have to be too precise with this. It is really a rustic dish. Okay, so just going to give them a quick pass with my cleaver. Just going to pop these into the bowl as well. And obviously to complement the coriander, I'm just going to get some mint in there as well. Really nice, fresh, gorgeous flavors running through. You could also use basil if you had basil. Very common thing to use in the salad because it's Vietnamese style, would be something called Vietnamese coriander, sometimes called Vietnamese hot mint, but essentially it is rau ram, which is also known as laksa leaf, but lots of places might not have them, so I just kind of use whatever you've got to hand. I mean, coriander and mint being one of the more readily available herbs. But if you can get hold of Vietnamese coriander, it is really, really superb. It's got that really pungent, peppery aroma, and it really does lend to this dish because you've got that chicken you want to just really flavor up with lots of pungent, beautiful herbs. So I've got the mint, I've got the coriander, and then now we are just going to prep up our nước chấm dressing, specifically a nước mắm, because we are doing a sauce with fish sauce, so that's why it's called a nước mắm. In this little bowl, I'm just going to get some lime juice. So here I've got a lime, just going to get the juice out, just going to jab the teaspoon in there. I mean, scraping all of the juice out. We're going to also get the pungent, the salty, the funky from the fish sauce. So that's going in. Can't forget to balance that off with a little bit of sugar. So here I've got some palm sugar. Just going to really work that through. And the lime juice and the fish sauce should just help the palm sugar to kind of dissolve. You do really want to work this through. And it does feel as though the palm sugar has kind of dissolved. So I need to get a little bit of aromatics in there now. That is going to come in a form of two things. Primary aromatics, it's going to be the garlic. I'm just going to smash this down, and we are going to just chop this down finely. And once you've got your finely minced garlic, all of that can just go in. Now we're going to get some heat in there. It's just going to come in the form of these little bird's eye chilies. How many you use, it's all totally up to you, obviously. I do like it a little bit spicier. So I'm going to use a pair, so green and red. I'm just going to very, very thinly slice them down. Right, so these can just go in. Obviously, one little thing here you need to know, you've just chopped up some chilies, so go wash your hands, otherwise just do not touch any part of your face, okay? It's gonna burn, all right? So just gonna mix that through. And the key with making any kind of dipping sauce, as I'm sure you already know, but it's worth reiterating and just sort of kind of talking through about it, is just really just taste it as you go. You do need to have a nice balance of your sweet, salty, sour, your umami, your funkiness, etc. Oh, definitely kicking in the back of the throat. Oh, nice heat. And when it comes to shredding the chicken, there really is no kind of hard and fast rule, but you do want to try, well, there is one rule. Try to get as much of the meat off as possible. I'm just going to open this up. Obviously, if you weren't sure when you were doing this, just check, obviously, that make sure your chicken is completely cooked through before you get the chicken out of the pan. So I'm just going to separate the breast meat from the thighs, obviously, then remove the chicken wings as well, and yeah, just kind of go in with your fingers and just kind of break them up. We are looking to just shred the chicken fibers up, and I just find that, you know, with the hands it's just the best tool for the job, really. So just like that, super easy, just into however you feel like. So they could be nice and chunky like what I'm doing here, okay? Or you can have them a little bit finer, it's all up to you. Okie dokie, so all of that prep work done, we're just gonna put everything together. This is great because, you know, if you're doing this for like a dinner party or something like that, you can just get everything prepped right off of the bat, just first thing during the day, and then just keep everything nice and cold in the fridge, and then just put it all together when everyone's ready to eat. So in with my onions first, my soaked onions, I'm just going to get them out, drain them really well, straight into my bowl so I don't forget about them, because I always do. Then next up, I'm just going to maybe get some of the lovely fresh herbs and vegetables in. And now I think I might go in with some bits of chicken. So skin and all straight in there. So just chopped up roasted peanuts. A little bit of that should go through. I mustn't forget our lovely crispy shallots. I'm just gonna toss some of those in there. Oh, the smells really amazing. Might just then add my salad dressing. So looking at this, I've got enough Nook Mum here for everything. So I'm just gonna get all of this in. It will need plenty of dressing. Okay, mix that through. Now, remember the crispy shallots that we deep fried? I have saved the oil. Don't throw that away. That is obviously really, really super delicious oil in there. This stuff here, it's literally like liquid gold. So what I usually do is I just then, after I've made my crispy shallots, I strain off all of the bits that are still in the pot. And then keep that oil. Keep that oil, use it for as a base oil for stir fries, or use it as a little bit of an aromatic oil for you know, seasoning your food, into salad dressings, etc. Do not throw that away. It's really good flavor. So give it a really good mix, and then we are ready to plate up. Right, ready to taste. Let's just give it a go. Grab a little bit of chicken. Get it in my gob. Oh, that's a really big piece. It's really good. Yummy, nice and fresh. Oh, and full of protein. Righty-ho, so try out this recipe, and also don't forget to like or subscribe, leave a comment in the comment box below, and until the next time, happy walking.